You're the blasted mechanism in fire. We're going cold throttle with a grip. We're supersonic, so buckle up.
Right guys, I just broke a bottle of Dior Intense 2011 batch. I feel sad, but that's alright. I can't frown because I have so much more bottles. So this whole video is about vintage batches. I feel bad for that, but yeah, let's move on. Hi guys, hello and welcome to yet another episode of Project Perfumery India. It's me Mohit here, and as you might have already seen in my videos that we have been working on something new, right? So today we'll be talking about what is the difference between the modern perfumery and the vintage perfumery, why people are mad about hunting for vintage perfumes, or what has changed, what has seriously changed. So guys, it goes back to the regulations when there are several bodies across the world, like for Europe it's IFRA, they come up with the safety results, or they keep on researching on safety regulations, and then based on several factors, for example, maybe the use of that particular ingredient is harming the nature, or it's harming the people, or the more symptoms of allergies are coming up. So for those reasons they come up with a set of guidelines that X amount of thing they cannot use, or they can use in with certain limitation. The similar thing happens, the major reformulation happened in 2013-14 phase where they came up with oak moss ban. Then several other things also came under that ban blanket. So most of the perfumes got reformulated back then. So that is why people look for pre-2013 or 2012 batches for that reason. Be it any scent, be it oak moss. Actually, 80s perfumes were known for oak moss, that chypre kind of properties and the masculinity. And after the whole reformulation thing, the oak moss was gone. So masculinity was gone. The whole factor was actually gone. So now many niche houses use oak moss as an ingredient to the powerhouse scents. So that's the reason why Kuros, or let's say Gucci Pour Homme 2, or let's say DNG Pour Homme, why these don't last anymore, and you think you have got a fake. No, but actually it's you've got a reform bottle, because maybe you used a perfume 5 years back or 6 years back, maybe it was made in 2013 or 14, and you know that used to give you like 8 hours of longevity, and then you walk in now to a duty free or a store and pick up a 2020, 2021 bottle. So of course that's not going to give you more than 3 to 4 hours because of the reformulation. Plus these companies are, the fragrances are becoming popular, they are being bombarded with marketing campaigns, so definitely the quantities they are making are in millions. Because of that, the natural use, the quality use has been diluted. In the maturation time where at least these fragrance houses, before releasing a batch, they used to macerate it for years. Now that is reduced. Now they just bottle it and release it in the market. So the process, the curing process, the maturing process is not complete. For that reason, if you buy a bottle now and use it after 2 to 3 years or revisit them, you will actually feel the difference. And that is actually true. Coming to that, what we have done, this has been my journey so far in perfumery. Right now these are the vintage that we have collected over 6 to 7 years. I have been planning along with some other stakeholders to open up a huge vintage kind of perfumery. So for now we have segregated from A to Z. Let me show you, let me guide you through actually the vintage era of perfumery. Starting from A, these are the fragrances which are reformed the most. That's House of Azzaro. So we'll see a lot of Azzaro fragrances. These are Acture, which you don't get to see nowadays. So I'm quite lucky to hold it now. So this is how it looks like. It's the bottle of Acture Azzaro. The cap is similar to Azzaro Pour Homme what you get nowadays. So that's bottle of Acture. I have lot bottle of Silver Black Azzaro Pour Homme, the old ones, because the new one actually does not perform. This is another cheapie back from the days. It's Arrogance Pour Homme. Now we don't get it. This is Liu by Azzaro. You don't get this one too. It's a nice freshy with slight clove, ginger ale kind of vibe. Next up here, as you see, it's A, so a lot of Azzaros. You see Acqua di Parma Oud. This is again a old formulation. Let's go to the B, what we have in B. So this is Faberge Brut. It is again a vintage. These are sealed. I wished I could have. Okay, it's open from here. So these are the bottle edition, which used to be there before. Then a lot of spoof came in, but this is the original Brut that used to be a classic back then. Right next to it is Herrera for men. This is some from 2014-13 batch. This is Boucheron again. See, I'll tell you, mostly these are my taste in 80s perfumery. These are my personal liking. That is why you'll find a lot of these kind of old school fragrances in here. Going to C, we have a major brand that is Christian Dior, because they are very popular and they sell out pretty quick. So for that reason, they keep coming with new batches every month. So finding an old Dior is like a lottery. So what you see here, it's the old Allure Homme Sport Extreme. This is Sauvage Extreme, Dior Homme Intense. This is Diorella. This is some 20-25 year old bottle. Let me show you this. A lot of people would recollect this bottle from their grandma's collection. This is 1881 Black Cerruti Fahrenheit Absolute. You don't get to see these bottles anymore. Capucci Pour Homme, Carolina Herrera Chic. Let's go up. I think we need to climb up here. Okay guys, we are back to D here. We have D and E. So you'll see a lot of Davidoff's. This is Davidoff Good Life, one of absolutely fine scents. We see Dolce Gabbana. So this has a whole reformulation history. We will revisit the history here. So this is like the first paper label that came in around 2010 to 12. So this is like made in Italy. Their first production was in Italy. Then their production was shifted to Germany. So then came in the made in Germany version, and after that came in the made in UK version. This one is made in UK, 200 ml bottle. And now whatever 2020-21 you get is mostly made in France. So this is like the reformulation journey, how the production has shifted to 4 different countries and how the batches got reformed. So if I spray this one, it's like a niche scent of today's time. This kind of juice you can make for 40,000, 50,000. That's what niche houses are doing nowadays. So this is another good house, Duetto Fragrances. They came up back in 2016-17. They did quite a good branding, and I don't know why they disappeared after it. So these are 2 of the best, the most popular Duetto fragrances. Golden Boy, which is kind of mimicking Tuscan leather, and Sativa, which is more of an original scent but a very nice cut fresh green grassy vetiver. So then G-Squared Royal Black Potion, one of the best rose scents under 5,000 or under $100. Here is underrated house of Demeter. So long back, Demeter, I think they came to India, but they're not doing it very. I am not sure, because I wrote to them and they were like they have given the distributorship to someone in Delhi. They have an online store, but I'm not sure these fragrances are there. This is Whiskey Tobacco, and this is Riding Crop by Demeter. This is one of my first purchases back then in 2011. Hot water. I bought it for almost retail price for around 3,800 bucks. That time it was 4,400 MRP. And the new one is plain water. You don't even get like a single hour with new one. So probably this bottle I'm keeping as a souvenir. Right, so this is like vintage hot water. Imagine vintage cool water, people are mad for it, because more they make it, more they dilute it. It is Escada Sentiment. This is Davidoff, the very first bottle Davidoff made. More here is Xenia. This is a discontinued line now. This is Japanese Patchouli. Coming to next, we'll go to, let's climb down. This is back to FNG. We are at MLM. So Lacoste. I think there's nothing special about these 2. These are anyway available. This is Kumquat Wood from Mancera, the one of the initial 2015 launches. Lapidus Pour Homme. This is Lauder for Men. Blast from the Past. This is Lalique Voyager. This is Oud Bouquet, the first edition. You would see a lab on fire here. So it's like whole library out here, guys. If you these are actually what it samples out my different phases in my career, where I was selling designers and I was selling niche and I was selling artisanal fragrances as well. Like this one is I had it like Grey Matter Uno that I sold like back then. So it kind of gives me a recap of my entire fragrance journey out here. So this Montal Blue Amber, not too popular here nowadays, but one of the really finest scents. Blackwood. This lasts for like 1.5 days. The initial version is nothing. This is 4711. You get it nowadays as well. I see Perry Ellis. This is 360 white, but there was red as well, which someone picked up. Yeah, we have started the store Walk-ins are already here, but we haven't really set it up. So moving here, we have O and N. So Oscar de la Renta, Port Louis, how can we forget this vintage gem? You would see Nikos, Nishane. Nishane is a recent house, so it really doesn't make sense to dig into batches here. We have P&Q. So this is the top seller in this Invictus Aqua 2016 frosted bottle, which everyone is looking for nowadays. We have XS Gold one again. This is Ultraman Red, one of my absolute favorites. I'm planning to keep this. I'm not planning to sell this one. And this dates back to 2012, but it's brand new, as you can see. So I have been hunting down. Let me sniff it. This is more like Xyrus Rouge or hot water. It's got that oriental zesty vibe to it. Let me spend some more time with it. Coming here, we have Sang Pour Homme 24 Gold from 2015, and this is UNT. So you will see a lot of Mugglers, pure malt, pure leather, pure Havan, 2012-14. You would see Rokas Louis. This one is very hard to get. You won't see it nowadays. Roger and Galley, the original cologne we are talking about here. And yes, there are more. I'll just quickly give you a brief. We don't have much light here, but I think we'll manage. This is Theorema Umo. I really like the name Theorema Umo from House of Fendi. I don't know why this is, but this is also 4 years old. Ferrari Bright Neroli. I'm not sure whether it's gonna make much difference. This is Armani Eau de Nuit, but yeah, let me show you this in Armani. This is really hard to find now. It's Attitude and Attitude. Both are Attitude. There's Attitude Extreme as well, one bottle. Don't go for, guys, these are not priced like how they were before. This is Vetiver de Hyver Armani Privé. This bottle I love. This is Gianferro Ferre, Pour Homme or Umo or for men. This is again one of the blasts from the past. It smells absolutely from 80s closets, that whiskey tobacco kind of smell, the masculinity. This is Gucci Pour Homme 1, back from 2012, the original formulation. Now coming to, this is my I section. So in I have I and J. So this is Laurent Masson hard leather, one of the very first releases. Hermes Equipage. These are several batches, different for Equipage. So you could see how their packing evolved. And the current packing is even different. This is Horizon by Guy Laroche, the same house which made Drakkar Noir. So this bottle is similar to Drakkar Noir. I'm not sure this I'm seeing for the first time. So there are many which even I am seeing for first time. So for guys who are my subscriber, of course this is a whole journey through what they have missed so far. This is Gare Ness. Jeremy hyped it up as one of the longest lasting fragrances and linen based, but I simply find it a slight soapy, salty kind of fragrance. Nothing great about it. So people who have been hunting this down for crazy prices, stop. This is Double Vanille. Guerlain, this is 2000, no sorry, this is not Double Vanille, this is Vetiver, again old batch, you can see by the color and the label. And Spirituous Double Vanille also I have 2004, that's also very pitch dark juice. This is Zoop Home, old batch again. This is Neo-Tantric fragrances, so they come up with very bold sort of labels, but this is called Killer Honey. I'll need to sniff this. There are a few more from Neo-Tantric. I'll check that out. This is Dirty English. Again, reformed Irish Mousse. This is the aftershave dough. Coming to J. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting for this one. This is BPI or the vintage Le Male, coming back from 2004 or 2002. But yeah, quite rare. Even I can't search the batch codes for it, but these are BNIB. So I haven't really priced them yet. I'm yet to figure out what should I price. But yeah, more or less they will be like 25% up from their current prices. For example, let's talk about Jean Paul Gaultier at the mall. So currently they're selling for 6,000 bucks MRP. I'm going by MRP here. Add 25% to it, that makes it 8,000 bucks, which is like kind of fair price. So that is the pricing I'm following. This is John Galliano, one of the rarest women fragrances. I think this is going for $380 on eBay. So after looking at that, I decided not to sell it. So probably I'll be keeping it here, John Galliano. Because see, as I'm evolving my journey for perfume, I sniff them all, how much is different blending techniques I would be acquiring, how perfumers have done. Like I sniffed Molina and Patchouli, I was like, that sort of patchouli I've never smelled. So it's so much to explore in the vintage perfumery. This is Le Monde Terrible. These are Cocorico, one of the gourmand scents which I love. This Cocorico by Night. This is again discontinued, but I love it, especially the bottle. You have to climb up. So guys, we have last set of rows. These are some assortments we have kept. So you will see Cuticura bottles. This used to be amazing. It's like flashback from the past. You'll see a Fahrenheit miniature, which is again from 80s. So these are some random products we have placed. But here, this is what for home. Up here is Y. So here there are a lot of vintages in YSL. Most of them has been already sold out, and I'm planning to keep one each. Like this OPM 9095 batch is sold out. This M7 50 ml is gone. This Rive Gauche is sold too. These are there. Kouros is there. La Nuit Intense, some of them are there, old batches. Here we have some Versace, a lot of Versace, Spice Bomb. These are again, this Versace is 2013. I'll be decanting this. So sorry, this is again Dreamer. So these are the scents which used to be popular 10 years back probably. This George of Lira. This is Pinot Clubman. In US it's quite popular as this is the talc, this is the aftershave lotion, this is the splash on. Pinot Clubman, it's like people who are into wet shaving would know about this brand for sure. Some more gift sets out here. This is 2012 La Nuit, which is sold. A lot of inquiries for it, but I have limitations, guys. I have limited units. So if I'm denying you one, if you need something, I'll give you something else. These are some models which are open. Some of them. This is Aventus. I had 3 batches, 2 of them. One of the walk-ins picked it up right now. We are not yet open, but people have started walking in. These are Polo Green, I see Michael Kors, Polo Club Classic, more, I see a whole line of Tom Ford. These are from 2013-14, Tobacco Vanilla, Arabian Wood, 2 bottles of them, Jasmine Rouge. This is Gucci Pour Homme 1, very rare to get nowadays. This is Eau Sauvage. This has gone to one of the community members who have been waiting for it for long. Marbet Home, Marbet Men, Escada Magnetism. This is original Coca-Cola fragrance. So that's it, guys. This is our new Le Casa de Perfumery or upcoming perfumery in the store. I've shown the frontage is ready. This one section is entire ready. I'll ask my photographer to have a complete take. What I'm giving is more of a vintage kind of a look with a lot of Indian elements to it and a lot of vintage perfumery elements to it. So it's more like a gallery or a museum for a fragrance. Anyone can walk in, smell, sniff, pick up. So that's the whole idea. So if you happen to visit. Alright guys, we have Madhwan stick out here, so he is much into niche, so he has picked up some vintage niche. Let's see what he has picked up. So Madhwan, which one and why?
So my most sought after of all this lot would be definitely the More Than Words.
Okay, let me show.
Especially this one being the initial packing, and it's got one of the best, rose.
Absolutely.
So people who have smelled the present generation More Than Words would go gaga about it. Like, it's like.
So yeah, these are the blue bottles which this is the first flick-on of this whole range. Join the club, they used to give you the card and all those things. So yeah, it's actually quite potent.
Absolutely. It's
I
like
love
a bomb.
it.
I'm an oversprayer, so I tend to overspray a lot of perfumes. But with this one, I just definitely go.
It's quite hard to get. Even I've been to this. Quite hard to get in this.
Yeah.
Then we have Rosa Enigma. This is probably the first batch of the paper label.
So this is like killer. Mohit, I don't know, you do this magic every now and then you get these kind of beautiful bottles for us. And I'm so lucky, man. Like I've traveled from Hyderabad, and for this is like entirely.
These are you get the opportunity to even see these fragrances. Like even
absolutely.
I think the 7-8 years I have put in e-commerce, this is like the whole zest of it. We have the Tom Ford's Tobacco Oud.
So this is the most iconic. I love tobacco.
You know, Tom Ford fans, they can decode by just looking at it.
Absolutely.
So Gautam bhai, what is B53?
Yeah, it's 2013 batch.
2000.
B53 2013,
Yeah.
A73.
13 batch again.
13, it's again
So
13.
it's like the last digit is the year. So you know whichever.
So that we have decoded another.
yeah, the
Brand
batch,
code.
the manufacturing batch.
Okay,
code.
this is A72.
It's
Arabian
2012 batch then it would be.
Let's see, tobacco vanille, which is very hard to get. Again, A62.
2012.
12 tobacco vanille. So this is it.
And
My
I think-
job is to find and hunt for perfume and give it to you
and
guys.
this one. This is little guy. If you can see this, I don't know how Mohit does this. Like, it's a
This is
freaking
Rumi.
slumber house, and Rumi is like one of the most sought out,
Hardest to get.
hardest to get perfume.
I think
like
it's
all
also
around the
really-
world, like people are raving and craving for this.
So that is why I
And
thought
now-
of giving it to you. I
Yeah.
don't think there would be a
Now we
better
have
owner
it.
for this fragrance.
Oh wow! Like you can just, you don't even need to spray.
Absolutely.
Like,
I sprayed it
wow.
actually. And
So good.
I had got that, very skanky kind of leftover after 14 hours.
Absolutely.
I was just wondering what it is. It was more like civet or something.
Absolutely.
So I think it's using real civet in it. I
Real
haven't
quality,
read the notes, but I'm pretty sure that was the civet residual after 14 hours.
Yeah, and as you know, my very good friend Gautam had picked so many of this. Like
Yeah.
these are the designer fragrances which have the niche.
Absolutely.
Quality.
There's like back.
I mean, it's like these
Ultra
guys
Zest, you don't get it anyway.
Yeah. These
Now
guys
it's
are
such a
just-
great fragrance.
wearing designer clothes, being a niche personality in them, right? So you
Absolutely.
can put it in that way. So I've got so many fond memories with so.
This Andy Warhol is another
Oh yeah.
gem.
So this one again. I don't know how Mohit does it again. I'm not.
This is
getting
actually-
again
this was
and again. So
purchased
this
from-
one is a face edition. Andy Warhol.
Originally it was from GV, then it came to someone, then I picked it up. So this is how the whole community
Yeah.
rotates.
So
So,
it's not
every single person is important part of it and the whole circulation that happened. And yes, the main thing is it should remain within the community. The more you
Absolutely.
share, the fragrances go boom. So yeah, that's the rest of it. That was our first walk-in to our new store. So it was quite a haul. I would say they have picked up the cream lot, BNG made in Italy, the Rokas Moustache, first edition.
First edition
lot of
moustache.
people would be, right now want to be in your place and get
Absolutely.
these gems.
I hope they
Right?
don't see this video pretty soon. Like,
So I
we'll be in
have
hibernation.
lot of them. I have lot of bottles. So guys, check out the Vault on website. It's live on website. I have quite a lot of bottles there. Some 300 to 400 variants. So it's live on Perfumery, and this time we are shipping worldwide. So if you wanted to get any of such fragrances, I have most of them more in stock except the Ultra Zest. And so check it out, guys. And if you need something, you can request me as well. I would try to get it for you.
And one last thing I would like to put
Absolutely.
to your lovely audience. So guys, I would like to suggest and tell only one thing to you. So you may feel that this is a little bit on the pricier side than the
usual
regular
stuff,
ones
yeah.
which are going out. But trust me, the money that you are spending, a little extra money that you are spending, you're getting a whole lot more than what
It's
you're
more of an
absolutely spending.
experience. It's more of memories attached to
Absolutely.
it. Somebody said this excess. I used to. Nobody cares about Bacurabana excess, but that guy, for that guy, it's the college said this Ultra Zest. That's alright. That's alright. It's a good omen. It's a good omen. We broke a bottle, but that's alright. So this is Ultra Zest. Back then it used to cost like $5,000. Right now maybe 7.5. So it's absolutely good thing, right? So that is it. We just broke a bottle. We're gonna shoot the closure after this.
Oh, shit.
That's alright. It happens.
Oh God.
It happens. This customer Gautam Nisar, very known in fragrance community for vintages. He's an avid vintage collector and he's a niche head. So he has amazing niche collection. Check out his Instagram profile. You would see one of the rarest bottles. So these guys are here for shopping. So I'll give them the space, pick up the stuff because the store is not yet operational. But yes, few people can anytime walk into Perfumery as they want. So we'll see what these guys have picked up. With Gautam Nisar from Hyderabad. We were just talking while coming in the car that how many shipments I have delivered. So he was like over 100. I was like, wow, the time flies so fast. So are our vintage perfumes. They have flown back from the past into the present. So Gautam Bhai has picked up quite a lot of fragrances. So let's see what he has picked up and why he has picked up. So coming here, tell me Gautam, why you picked up M7 and Rive Gauche. These are all classic perfume. People don't use it nowadays or even haven't heard about them.
Basically, I am a fan of old school fragrances, and moreover, the quality which we see in the vintage perfumes, which is now we can't even like whenever you want to smell new perfumes these days, it is way completely different because you know the quality of the ingredients has been changed post 2013 because of the IFRA regulations.
Yeah, that's what I was shooting the initial part of video. Same thing I was saying. What we used to get back then and what we get now is like completely different.
Yes.
So people who have like their fond memories with say Polo Explorer and then they buy a new one, it's like totally disappointed,
yeah,
right?
It's totally different.
So it's like playing with emotions in a way that you know.
When it comes to YSL La Nuit,
exactly.
This was my first fragrance when I bought from YSL Perfumes, and it has a very good memory.
This has a very much of demand.
I love because it has a very good cardamom note, and it is very beautiful fragrance.
Like see, this one is basically, if you see, this is the thick sprayer. It's like 2012-13 bottle, and trust me, guys. The new one is plain water in front of this one. It's just like, so I don't know how brands could do that, or it's a lengthy topic that all of the forums are full of it.
Yeah, and this is Dior Homme Intense, and this was one of my favorite fragrance from Dior, and this was the first fragrance which made me the Dior fan from past 5 to 6
now
years.
How many Dior bottles you
Now
have?
I have around maybe 6-8 bottles of just Dior Homme Intense, which is
Which batch is this one?
I think this one is 2011.
So guys, I'll tell you, if you look at the 4-digit batch code, you have to go for the first digit. As it says 1V, that means it's 2011. Same way, if it's 2, it's 2012. That's how we determine the batches. It's quite easy for Dior Lovewood fans to determine the batch code. If you didn't know that, hit comment below that this was a new information for you guys. Right guys, so we have discussed a lot of things about how, when, why. So what you guys think?
This one is the best release by Chanel in 1990s. Because this has the best sandalwood note, and you can't find this natural kind of sandalwood note in any of these new perfume and new fragrances which are launching in around the world.
Niche, they do some, but then they are very pricey.
But you won't find this kind of sandalwood which has been made in Egoist.
Absolutely, it's one of the masterpieces. They say it. Same as I think everything that Gautam has picked up is quite iconic in itself. You see Gucci Pour Homme 1. This is M7, another Halston preferred stock. This is Gucci Pour Homme.
Yeah, this is another classic fragrance which was released in 1970s.
1970s.
Yeah, and this is more like manly fragrance.
Masculine. This is how 80s powerhouse.
Yeah, this is the 80s powerhouse, and this is one of the beautiful masculine.
This is like the vintage original bottle, how Equipage used to look like. Now it's completely different. Anyway, we relate to so many memories. Right now I was talking to one of the guys on phone. He just picked up Excess Black. That used to be his college fragrance. So that is how it is, guys. Let's see what niche we have picked up.